My problem is I'm addicted to heroin, so that's basically why I can't get off the street. I ended up losing my job in the housing industry when the market went down, and I was addicted to painkillers. And when the painkillers got too expensive, I switched to heroin, and everything went downhill from there. I lost the apartment, the girl, the dog, and ended out in the street, which I basically gave everything up for heroin. So if anyone ever asks what it's like to shoot heroin, it's probably the only thing that'll get a man to give up money, job, family, pussy.
Start, I would like everybody to get a visualization leaving this building, getting in your car. As you get in your car and you leave, you're driving down Shaw, and you notice a young man that's leaned over in the gutter. And as you drive by this individual, you notice that he has a needle, and that it's in the gutter. And as you drive by, you realize, oh my God, this young man is about to use heroin with his gutter water. What do the next 10 years look like for an individual in that state? Are they successful? Do they get sober? Do they go to prison? Do they go to jail? Do they have a family? Do they die? Now I want you to understand this. It does not matter what that individual does from that point forward. There will be a stigma that follows that individual for the rest of their life. At 18 years old, I was on the cover of the BMX Racing magazine, the largest BMX racing publication in the United States. And at 18 years old, I told myself, I'm gonna smoke weed just one time. That's it. But at 18 years old, I didn't know that this thing called addiction that ran in my family could be passed down to me. At 18 years old, I didn't know that an addict didn't get to choose whether or not he or she would become an addict. And at 18 years old, I didn't know that when I smoked weed for the first time and told myself, I don't want to smoke weed every single day like my friends do. I just want to see what everybody else is doing and try it and see what it's like. That it wouldn't just stop at weed. It would continue on. Because within 3 years, like I said, I'm only going to smoke weed one time. I was smoking weed every single day, but then it turned into using cocaine. Then I got introduced to a painkiller called Oxycontin. And then within 3 years of smoking weed and telling myself I'm only going to do it one time, I was inside a house committing an armed robbery, stealing a large quantity of Oxycontin that was inside this house.
Help us turn this thing around and save some lives. The problem is that the stigma extends to the medication. And people hear things like, oh, that's just another crutch. You don't want to do that. That's just another addiction. And if you start that, you're not really in recovery. So it's severely underused, and we keep losing people when treatments are available. Look, if the greatest obstacles preventing us from saving lives are the labels, the shame, and the stigma, then we need to work together in turning this thing around, alleviating all those. First of all, by challenging the labels and the words that we use.